Oshawa's ghetto. That's where all the crackheads live. Raise your hand if you've heard any of that before. There are a lot of negative connotations about Oshawa. Let's get the elephant out of the room, but I'm here to clear the air. There's also a lot of good going on in Oshawa too, and so if you're thinking of moving to the area, then definitely stick around, because in this video, it's all about the pros and cons of living right here in Oshawa, Ontario, and I'm gonna get into them right now. Hey everyone, I'm Rochelle. I'm a local real estate agent right here in Oshawa, Ontario, and if you're new to my channel, then welcome. This is the place to learn everything that you need to know about moving to Toronto and the surrounding suburbs, like right here in Oshawa. For the last 7 years, I've been helping people just like you, and you, and you, and you, and you, make the move to the Greater Toronto area, and I'd love to do the same for you. So if you're thinking of calling Oshawa or anywhere in the GTA home, then make sure to give me a shout. All of my contact is down below. But let's get into the first and biggest con of moving to Oshawa is that amongst all of the suburbs in Toronto, unfortunately, Oshawa is the one that has the worst reputation. And this is for a number of reasons. Number one, there is a big drug problem in Oshawa. In one particular area, Lakeview, there's a high rate of hepatitis C infections, which are often related to the use of intravenous drugs. When you go to Oshawa Centre, that's the main mall here, you can't walk through the front entrance without noticing someone with an obvious drug problem or someone who's homeless. That might make you feel a little uncomfortable, but perhaps the reason why Oshawa draws in so many needy people is because all the services that they need are here. Oshawa has the only urban downtown in all of Durham region, and specifically its downtown core is host to several homeless shelters, soup kitchens, and meth clinics. And so that's why you'll see a lot of people with drug issues here, because all of the help for people with drug issues is here. The second con of living in Oshawa is that it has a high unemployment rate. There is a huge disparity between low income and high income earners. In downtown Oshawa, the median household income after taxes is $32,500, which is the lowest in all of Durham region. The unemployment rate is 15.5%, which is almost twice the regional average. But before we write off Oshawa altogether, it is important to consider again how and why it got to be this way. Way back in the 70s or 80s, GM, the car company, they had one of their biggest production plants in the world right here in Oshawa. They were the biggest employer in the city. But back 3 years ago or so, 2019, they cut production, and that resulted in thousands of residents losing their job. And so that's one of the biggest reasons why you see so many people out of work in Oshawa. But on the pro side, there are employment agencies here that assist people looking for work. One of them even offers a bunch of extra suits on hand so that clients can be presentable when they go in for a job interview. And so again, there is help available for people. You just need to take that initiative and go and ask for that help. Now, number three, Oshawa does have a rising crime rate. The city's violent crime rate has been increasing, and over the last 18 months or so has the number of stabbings. Police have also seen an increase in impaired driving while you're drunk or high. But bear in mind that these stats are coming from looking at Oshawa as a whole. There are certain parts of Oshawa where the crime rate is very minimal. At the end of the day, any urban city that you go to will have its pros and cons. Officials in Oshawa continue to put in great effort to clean up the city and help those in need. Also keep in mind that we are on an upward recovery from the GM slump, and the city is making strides at rebranding itself as a livable, growing community. Stats Canada actually found Oshawa to be one of the fastest growing populations in all of Canada. So despite all of the cons, people are still moving here, because for a lot of people, the pros greatly outweigh the cons. So let's get into the pros of living in Oshawa, Ontario, starting with the biggest pro that's attracting people from all over is its affordability. Oshawa has been ranked as the 9th most affordable city to live in Canada. Housing prices in Oshawa are almost 55% less than the Ontario average. So for example, the average price of a one-bedroom condo downtown Toronto is $730,000. Here in Oshawa, it's $367,000. For a 4-bedroom detached house in downtown Toronto, you're looking at $3.16 million, while the average for the same here in Oshawa is $1.38 million. I'll have a video up next week that'll highlight the best neighborhoods in Oshawa that people are moving to. I do drive-by tours so that you can see the homes up close and personal. Just really give you a good feel for the area so that you can see how far your budget can take you. Just make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can be the first to check that out. But that does lead me to my next point, which is that there are actually some really nice pockets of neighborhoods in Oshawa that are very attractive and more family friendly and safe. And so if you were to look at a map that was color-coded, you would actually see very defined areas of Oshawa that either need help or don't. So in North Oshawa, for example, that half of town is known for having neighborhoods that are more upscale and developed. You'll find more blue and white-collared workers with job stability. But even Central Oshawa has a lot of stately homes to choose from that are gorgeous. Large century homes that have character and charm. And so you definitely have options in terms of housing. It all just really depends on your lifestyle and resources. Now, number 2, Oshawa is great for students. The city has 4 post-secondary schools, including the renowned Ontario Tech University. And because of the huge student population, there is an equally large need for student housing. And so if you're looking to invest in real estate here, you will see tons of opportunity for investment in multi-unit buildings. So I'm talking duplexes, triplexes, or even single family homes where students can rent a room and then just, share the common elements like the kitchen or the bathroom. But if you are looking for investor opportunities, and I do have access to off-market listings, I'd be happy to keep you in the loop and build your portfolio. Just give me a shout. All of my contacts will be down below. But not only is Oshawa home to a younger demographic, there's also been a huge influx of the senior population coming in as well. Oshawa was actually ranked by Maclean's magazine as the 24th best place to retire in Ontario. So we do have a full-service hospital that's centrally located, tons of walking trails for older people to keep their mobility up, and because many of the residents are veteran residents, so you have a lot of people who've been here for over 30, 40 years, that's actually another reason why we're seeing a lot of investment here, is because investors are taking up the opportunity to purchase these older homes, tear them down, knock down the walls, do some renovations, just really modernize the space and then flipping them for profit. Now, last but not least, what makes Oshawa an incredible and unique place to live is that it is a lakefront town. Oshawa sits on the shores of Lake Ontario, so you get to enjoy the many benefits of lakeside living, like Lakeview Beach. You'll always see kids and families hanging out or going for a swim, dip in the water. There is a pier that you can visit and volleyball courts that you can rent, or you can just lay and relax on the sand and watch the boats go by. Either way, it's a great place to spend an afternoon. But so there you guys have it. Those are your top pros and cons of living in Oshawa, Ontario. I've lived in the GTA my whole life, and although yes, Oshawa does have a bad rep overall, but I do believe that that is an unfair generalization of the city as a whole. I have helped plenty of clients move here who even years down the road still tell me that they love it here. The seediness doesn't faze them and they continue to enjoy a great quality of life here. And so if you are one of those people where the pros greatly outweigh the cons, and I do strongly encourage you to give me a shout, because I can easily help you find a nice home in a great location that won't break the bank. All of my contact is down below. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call with me, and I'd be happy to help you out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you've ever wondered what it's like to live in Whitby, Ontario, which is just next door to Oshawa, it was actually ranked as one of the top cities to live in all of Canada. It's just next door. So check out this video, which rhymes off all the pros and cons of living in Whitby. It's another top suburb of Toronto that people are flocking to. So you definitely want to see what it's about so that you get a good feel for all of your options in the area. Until then, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you're enjoying this wonderful weather upon us. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys living in Toronto.